Hello everybody, my name is Leo, and in the last weeks I've done some changes to my studio that I think are interesting and that I would like to share with you. Let's start! First of all, I have completed my preamps collection. In my opinion, preamps are so underrated, but are such an important part of our guitar tone. Preamps have just to feed the power into our mics and have to amplify the signal. Typically, audio interfaces have their own preamps, but in my opinion, it is totally worth to invest some money in your own preamps, as they have a big impact in your final tone. This is my collection of preamps and how I have paired them with mics and cabs. I have a Universal Audio 2610 valve preamp. One channel is connected to my Browner Phantom AE mic that I used in order to mic my voice and the voices in general. Then the other channel is connected to an SM57, which is miking my vintage 30 cab, which is a Mesa Boogie cabinet. Then I have a rig of 6 preamps in the API 500 series format. I have 2 API 512, one is connected to an SM57 for my Jensen speaker, and the other one to a TLM 102, which is miking my Blue Alnico speaker. Then I have a Millenia preamp that I mainly use as a DI for my dry guitar signal. This preamp is very transparent, therefore I think it is just perfect to be used as a DI. The next two preamps are both from Chandler, and they are a Chandler Germano NX and a Chandler TG2. I love these preamps. They are feeding an SM57 and a Royer 121 that are miking my Marshall vintage greenback speaker. And I'm amazed by how this couple wonderful matches the 57 and the Royer 121 with my greenback speaker. The last pre is a Neve 1073 LB that I use coupled with the Neumann KM 184 in order to mic my acoustic guitar. So here the last addition to my mic pre collection is the Chandler TG2, and now I feel that the preamp section is kind of complete, ready to capture some nice IRs, camp profiles and IK multimedia Tonix profiles. The next thing I have changed is my mixing and mastering habit. I mean, I was used to use 2 pairs of speakers, my Focal that are still here and a pair of Genelec that are no more in my studio, as you may have noticed. I decided to follow the last mixing and mastering trend that is based on headphone mixing. Now you know that it is almost impossible to have a perfect environment where to mix, as each room tends to add its own specific frequency to your mix. On the other hand, if you mix with headphones, you don't have a room that influences what you are hearing. But until nowadays, the technology was not yet ready to provide us with a good headphone mixing experience. Why? Well, because in order to be able to mix with headphones, you need basically 2 things. A very neutral pair of headphones, which are able to represent perfectly all the frequency range, and a good simulation of something close to a perfect mixing room, which is not totally neutral. In the last years, these 2 things have come at our disposal, and nowadays even some professional mixing and mastering engineers are switching to headphone mixing. In fact, this way of mixing has a great advantage. That is, that basically you can mix and master everywhere, in every room, with consistent results. Now, in terms of room simulation and correction software, I use the Waves Germano plugin, and for the headphone I have chosen the Audieze LCD-X LCD-X, Audieze, I don't know how to pronounce it. These headphones there. Now, we could make a full video talking about these headphones, the technology behind them, and the room simulation software to pair with our headphones of choice. But we would go too far for this video. And this is not the scope of this video, as I was saying, even because I'm not an expert in this area. I would just say that I have mixed my last song starting with the focal and then giving the final touch to the mix using the Audieze and the Waves Germano. So far I'm pretty happy with the results, and please let me know if you want a more comprehensive video about this mixing solution. The other thing I have upgraded is my JCM 800 amp. Actually, I was obliged to upgrade. In fact, my dear Marshall SC20 has died, unfortunately. The SC20 was one of the best amp I have ever purchased, along with my SV20, but finally it has stopped working. I have to repair it, if the money to spend to repair are worth it, but I had the chance to get a fairly priced real JCM 800, and therefore I decided to pull the trigger. And here it is, way bigger than the SC20, as you may have noticed. The last update is that I have changed my Philips 32 inches monitor with the 43 inches Samsung TV. You know, for audio and video editing the space is never enough. Well, I'm still studying this solution. For sure it is a pleasure to work with such a big monitor, and it reflects the light way less than my old Philips monitor, which is a good thing, especially in order to make video where you have lights in front of you. So far the problem is that the color reproduction is not neutral, therefore I ended up wrongly editing my videos. We will see in the coming weeks if I'm able to solve the issue. So these were the upgrades and changes I did in my studio in the last couple of weeks and that I wanted to share with you. Now that my preamps collection is somehow finalized, I would really like to find the time to make tonics or camper profiles or to upgrade my IRs collection. Please let me know your opinions about this. Should I enter more consistently in the profile and IR market? Would you purchase them? Please let me know your opinions in the comment section below. And also, if you want a more in-depth video about the mixing technique I was talking about in the video. We have now reached the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up, as it would be of a great help. If you're interested in my IRs or in my camper profiles, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine. Thank you for watching and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.